working to connect a region of over 600 cultural bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Maricar Velasco delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region. On today's headlines. Philippine Vice President Leni Robredo challenges Rodrigo Duterte's government a day after being fired as the president's drug czar, saying she is just getting started. President Rodrigo R. Duterte lauded the bond between the people of the Philippines and the Republic of Korea that has never been stronger in no other time of both countries' shared history. As part of measures to secure the 30th Southeast Asian Games in Metro Manila, the National Capital Region Police Office on Monday said it will tighten security, particularly in venues of basketball and football games, to prevent heated tensions between fans of competing teams. Philippine Vice President Leni Robredo challenges Rodrigo Duterte's government a day after being fired as the president's drug czar, saying she is just getting started.
Makakaasa kayo, kahit tinanggalan ako ng posisyon, hindi nila kayang tanggalin ang aking determinasyon. Determinasyong itigil ang patayan, panagutin ang kailangan managot, at ipanalo ang kampanya laban sa iligal na droga. Kung sa tingin nila matatapos ito dito, hindi nila ako kilala. Nagsisimula pa lamang ako.
One, the President is responding to the suggestion of former Senator Francis Pangilinan.
VP Robredo held the post for 19 days. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said Robredo's decision to talk with representatives from the United Nations and the United States did not sit well with the president. Malacanang accused Robredo of politicizing the drug war and detrimentally undermining government efforts to end the illegal narcotics trade.
May interes ba tayong nabangga? Ano ba ang kinatatakutan ninyong malaman ko? Ano ba ang kinatatakutan ninyong malaman ng taong bayan?
Vice President Leni Robredo, who was recently fired as drug czar, is free to release the findings on the Duterte administration's anti-narcotics campaign, Malacanang said on Monday.
VP Leni herself asking the President to fire her.
Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said Robredo was appointed not only to help in the illegal drugs crackdown, but to see for herself that the administration has been transparent. In a statement, Panelo said she can do as she pleases. Anything that she claims she has discovered was access to her. He said she was precisely appointed, apart from giving her the opportunity to assist in the campaign against illegal drugs, to let her know that everything in the drug war was and is transparent. In a speech in Camarines Sur, Robredo said she will issue a report to the nation on what she learned during her 2-week stint as co-chair of the Interagency Committee on Anti-Illegal Drugs. Panelo, meanwhile, insisted that Robredo was fired for her incompetence, apart from her failure to introduce new programs that would help fight the drug menace. Robredo was appointed by Duterte as ICAD co-chair on October 31 after calling the drug war a failure. Since then, Robredo has decided to focus on the rehabilitation of drug users, met with officials from the United States and United Nations to discuss efforts to eliminate the illegal drug trade. She also asked authorities for classified information on the anti-narcotics campaign, particularly the list of high-value targets. However, this did not sit well with the president. Vice President Leni Robredo's plan to report on what she discovered about the drug war is unnecessary, Senator Panfilo Lacson said Monday following the former's dismissal as co-chair of the Interagency Committee on Anti-Illegal Drugs. The senator also said reporting on the drug war might just worsen the political divide. Nevertheless, the chair of the Senate Committee National Defense and Security, Peace, Unification and Reconciliation said if ever Robredo pushes through with her plans, she should be careful on what information she will divulge.
What for? Dahil binigyan ka ng tungkulin o katungkulan na gagampanan mo, ngayong natanggal ka, isisiwalat mo yung mga natuklasan mo na depende kung ano yung sisiwalat niya. Pero if it is to destroy yung o kaya ma-impede yung anti-illegal drugs, yung campaign, wag naman sana. Pero kung ang natuklasan niya for the improvement para ma-enhance yung fight against illegal drugs, then by all means. Pero kung may nakita siya mga pagkakamali that would point to several persons that could be held liable, even criminally liable, dapat noong nasa position siya.
The United Kingdom on Monday extended its gratitude to the armed forces of the Philippines for the successful rescue of two British nationals, Wilma and Alan Hirons, who were abducted in Sulu last October 4. In a statement, Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said he is very grateful for the tremendous efforts. They are in particular grateful to their armed forces for their courage throughout a difficult operation, which resulted in Alan and Wilma's release. Raab said the UK has worked closely with the Philippine government on the couple's case over the last 2 months. He said he is pleased to confirm that both Alan and Wilma Hirons are safe and well and being looked after by the Philippine authorities. The UK's Foreign Office officials have been in close contact with Alan and Wilma's family throughout the case, who requested for privacy following their release. The Hirons were rescued on the morning of November 25 after the AFP carried out a military operation on the island of Sulu. The couple was abducted on October 4 by 6 gunmen from the family-owned resort in Barangay Alindahao, Tukuran, Zamboanga del Sur. The couple's rescue came after a series of clashes since Friday that constricted the movement of the Abu Sayyaf group.
Here at the Shoe Museum in Marikina in the Philippines, reminding you to watch Digital News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. And I am 1 for 25.
President Rodrigo R. Duterte lauded the bond between the people of the Philippines and the Republic of Korea that has never been stronger in no other time of both countries' shared history.
Solidarity and mutual aid have been the hallmark of our ties since 1950. It touches us that this remains so. I thank your government for donating $100,000 for the earthquake victims in Mindanao last month. Clearly, at no other time in our shared history have the bonds been of our peoples this strong.
1950년 이후 연대와 상호의 원조는
Duterte did not miss the opportunity to thank the South Korean government for its $100,000 donation for the victims of a series of earthquakes that rocked Mindanao in October. The past 7 years, he said, have witnessed the rising level of both countries' interaction with cooperation encompassing various spheres, from trade and investment and official development assistance to infrastructure development, defense, science, technology, and agriculture.
Our economies took a diverging paths and fortunes. The Republic of Korea rose to become one of Asia's economic and technological powerhouse. Ours faltered, but with perseverance, the Philippines has since recovered and is now well-performing emerging economy.
He added that in 2018, ROK was Philippines' fourth largest trading partner, with total trade amounting to over $13 billion, and was a valued source of foreign direct investments, ranking 13th in the same year.
The Philippines and the Republic of Korea share a unique affinity. We became blood brothers in 1950s on the altar of freedom. In 1980, the world watched as we waged a parallel struggle for democracy.
올해는 매우 뜻깊은 해입니다. 아세안 한국 대화 관계의 30주년을
Participants of the 29th Prepared Foodstuffs Working Group of ASEAN attended a workshop on the harmonization of nutrition labeling in Singapore on the 16th to the 17th of November. Food regulatory agency experts from all ASEAN member states, the ASEAN Secretariat, and Arise Plus experts were among those in attendance. The workshop included a session with the private sector, including ASEAN Food and Beverage Alliance and the International Life Science Institute. At the end of the workshop, participants suggested that harmonized nutrition labeling should become mandatory. They identified the main elements and form on which such harmonization should be based. Participants also proposed a roadmap for continued work to finalize the harmonizing of nutritional labeling requirements for ASEAN. This workshop was conducted with the support of Arise Plus. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations and the U.S. government, through the U.S. Agency for International Development, in partnership with Underwriters Laboratories, launched the call for application of the 6th annual ASEAN-US Science Prize for Women. The 2020 Science Prize for Women will focus on preventive health care as its theme this year and award 2 female scientists from ASEAN region. The ASEAN Committee on Science, Technology and Innovation will lead the selection committee and present a $20,000 award to the selected participant who demonstrates the best application of original scientific research to this year's theme. A second prize of $5,000 will be given to a scientist whose application merits an honorable mention. The top 2 finalists will be recognized at the ASEAN Ministerial Meeting on Science, Technology and Innovation in Bangkok in October 2020. This year's theme is meant to underscore the importance of elevating the regional well-being of ASEAN citizens through the prevention of illness and associated risks. In addition to recognizing the participants' significant work in reducing disease and illness, the prize will raise public awareness about the importance of preventive health healthcare and spur action in leading a healthier lifestyle. Singapore COSTI Chairman and Special Advisor to Agency for Science, Technology and Research, Dr. Raj Thampuran, said preventive healthcare is vitally important to societal development, where ASEAN is a region with its distinctive issues and medical practices. Talented women working in this field make profound contributions to improving health and palliative care to millions of people.
Net 25 available in the Middle East on OSN.
Tips time with Kat and Ken. Let's be productive. Here are ways that we can do to be productive and not waste our time.
Help in household chores.
Even young kids like Kat and Ken can help at home. We can help sweep the floor, wipe the tables, make the bed, or wash the dishes.
Make a schedule.
A schedule is a checklist of things that you need to do in a day. Don't make a long list of to-dos that you won't be able to accomplish. Make sure to have difficult and easy tasks. You may do the easy ones first so as to save time and effort. After that, you'll have more energy to do the difficult tasks.
Learn to prioritize.
Priority means something that is more important than the other. Put your priorities on top of your list so that you'll remember to do them first. This way, you'll focus more on what's important and what you should do first in a day.
Set a time limit in using gadgets.
On days that you don't have school, like weekends or holidays, better to still have a limit on using cell phones and computer. There would always be other things that you can do rather than spending the whole day watching videos or playing games.
Eat healthy food and have enough rest.
A healthy body is always equal to a healthy brain. If our body is well rested, our brain will function well too. If our brain functions well, we would be more productive.
Welcome back. On careers towards the ground, hanging by one arm from the basket of one of Myanmar's human-powered big wheels, reliant on gravity-defying agility and split-second coordination honed since the age of 9.
Di kula ko di mu ko mi sa ko lao ta mu sin ai ja tong lan na da ko ni lo lo da ni saka pyo la le ko tenge nyin siat jai le shi paung le siat jai le shi da ba du wa hu po yin yao wa jiao de le jiao de ai le lo lai ji o tenge ji paung sa ja na ga duအဲ့လိုကြောက်နေတဲ့အချိန်ကျရင်အောက်ကနေအိမ်လေးဆွဆွရပြီးကိုကြီးကြောက်သွားတာပေါ့အဲ့လိုကြောက်သွားတယ်ရေလေးခေါ်ဒီ ဆက်နွယ်လောကပါပဲတွေးကြောင်ရဆိုဒါတခုပဲတွေ့သေးတယ်
As part of measures to secure the 30th Southeast Asian Games in Metro Manila, the National Capital Region Police Office on Monday said it will tighten security, particularly in venues of basketball and football games, to prevent heated tensions between fans of competing teams. Basketball games will be held at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City, while football games will be at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium in Manila. NCRPO Chief Brig General Debold Sina said the security measures were already given to ground commanders to ensure readiness of policemen in securing venues of the two sports. In a statement, Sina said security in those areas will be tight as a precautionary measure because they are anticipating the possibility of troubles due to intense competition. They will also be fielding plainclothes policemen, especially during expected hotly contested games, as part of monitoring and early detection if the situation is becoming intense, adding that aside from the regular police presence, anti-riot cops will be put on standby for any eventuality. Sina said that aside from ensuring enough personnel to address riots, there were also measures that would be implemented as a preventive measure. One of them is the prohibition of carrying things that could be used in harassing players and fans, like soda cans that can be used to throw at players during the games. Bladed weapons and other deadly materials are prohibited inside the sports venues. Posters and other cheering materials that contain racist chants and remarks are also prohibited. Sina said they reviewed games in the past Southeast Asian Games and other major sports events, and they served as inputs on how to effectively secure hotly contested games. Sina said they are ready for it and that they have long prepared for this event and their men do know what to do. A total of 17,734 security personnel from several law enforcement agencies of the government will be deployed in Metro Manila alone, where several games will be held and athletes from ASEAN member states will be billeted. For his part, PNP spokesperson Brig General Bernard Banak said full alert status has been placed in Metro Manila and nearby two regions on Monday as part of the security measures for the Benio sports event. Aside from Metro Manila, also placed under full alert status are police forces in Central Luzon and Calabarzon, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon. Banak said the full alert status took effect at 8 a.m. on Monday morning and will last until December 14. And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Maricar Velasco and I'm one with 25.
One of the few films na, even if